What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We back here with some more Suicide Boys. This time we're checking out In Constant Sorrow. Let's go ahead, shut up and turn it up. Bro, oh my God, boy, it's almost like I don't think I've heard a bad beat by Suicide Boys yet. I know one of them's producers. That's just insane. They definitely have perfected their own style, and it's a style that you can hear, right? And no matter where you at, and automatically say, yo, that's Suicide Boys. Y'all know how difficult it is to establish your own sound as a producer, right? And don't immediately get compared to somebody else, right? Because that's how all the producers start. They start off by mimicking who their favorite artists are until they find their own sound. They have found their own sound. I swear, every single beat that I've heard is always stank face immediately, either because of the fire sample or because when them drums drop, you're just like they ain't even said nothing, and we already rocking out. Come on now.
Ruby keep pulling these hoes all over the globe, but still I'm a low, but the shit in my nose. All of the money that comes and that clothes, it comes and it goes.
Okay, I'm starting to see, especially the more Suicide Boys reactions that I do, definitely, reoccurring themes, right? And the interesting thing about this song and what it's titled In Constant Sorrow is that that's pretty much for the most part what I was getting, depending on what they were talking about, is that it's just, they're in constant sorrow. You know what I mean? Now, this song serves to be like a right on the nose. You know what I mean? Really diving in and talking about these issues without, kind of talking around them, pointing at different type of topics and stuff like that. So pulling the chicks all over the globe and everything. So he's basically just stating that, if he wants company, he can get it, but that ain't the type of company that you want. They're just temporary measurements. Oh, but still I'm a low, the shit in my nose. All of the money that comes and that clothes, it comes and it goes. One day I'll be ready to gather my bones. Stick me a hole, say goodbye, yes, my 2 months on the clothes. But that day they leave it close, all of y'all leave me alone. One day I'll be getting ready to gather my bones, right? So lay myself to rest. I think what he means by that is, of course, I think what he means by that is, when people, come to, decide like, all right, I'm tired of doing this. You know what I mean? I just want to roll, for all intents and purposes. I think you guys know what I'm saying. I don't want to say what I need to say because, YouTube's always listening and I ain't trying to get no issues with this video, but you guys know what I mean. All of the money that comes and that clothes, it comes and it goes. One day I'll be ready to gather my bones. Stick me a hole, say goodbye, yes, my 2 months on the clothes. And one thing about it is that he's kind of talking about it from first person view, right? He's not saying that somebody else is going to do it. Right? He says he's going to gather his bones. He's going to dig his hole, right? So it's that understanding of self-sabotage. But that they leave it close, I'll let y'all leave me alone. Who the fuck won't copy us? No stopping us. She back us. I'm stocking up on box sluts and shoddy cups. No watch us. I like that when he said, who's going to copy us? Leave it close, I'll let y'all leave me alone. Who the fuck won't copy us? See, who won't copy us? The thing about Suicide Boys is some of their stuff is like very, very relatable. You know what I mean? You will find that even if the entire song ain't got nothing to do, it's like they might come through with a lyric that might just hit you like right there. And then you like, bro, that's a tough lyric and everything. And if some of you guys are producers or you rappers and everything, just like I was saying at the beginning where, you're a producer, you rapper, you start mimicking kind of like your favorite artist before you make your own sound. Sometimes it's therapy to talk about this type of stuff, right? Music, performing, rapping, writing on stuff. That's all therapy and everything. So you see this and you see how successful Suicide Boys is doing. And, I don't watch any interviews or anything by them to kind of see what their mental state is. But I'm assuming because they keep putting out albums that I would hope that it's actually working for us, but I'm working for them. I'm sitting here thinking about their 2015 song, and basically they were saying that ain't nothing changed. So again, kind of nailing that title, In Constant Sorrow. Stopping up, she back because I'm stocking up on box sluts and shoddy cups. Don't watch us. Somebody love the next bitch. You won't lock me up. I'm knocking up the That's interesting. The next chick who want to lock me up, I'm knocking up, right? So mm, maybe that's more of a, sometimes a lot of people don't want to settle down, you know what I mean, like get ready to start a family and everything, but sometimes you can find solace and healing in that, right, by kind of putting yourself in a situation that will bring you great shame or kind of always be in your head, such as a baby, you know what I mean? Like, I think some of the most evilest people out there can actually have a baby and not want to take care of it, you know what I mean? Like, maybe that's a little judgmental. I had 2 kids of my own. I couldn't fathom, if I sat there and knocked up somebody, then I'm gonna take care of it. It's my responsibility. But some people want that stability, no matter how bad it sounds, no matter how restricted of a freedom it sounds. Maybe that's good for you, and I think that's what he's getting at here. Right, so I'm so tired of thinking that I'm not enough. One thing that comes with kids is unconditional love, right? It's a wonderful thing. They're gonna love you regardless of what you do, and obviously they're gonna think that you're more than enough. So yeah, I think he's talking about settling down there. They sample use is always fire too.
Living the dry time hot. People try to take what's mine. People I call my friends. People I call my friends. Goddamn sweet down my style for fix. Right now I don't wanna hear shit. Kill the whole take off, I'll cut dope off. Living to keep it a dreaming of a reason not to pay the fucking system. When my brains about pain, that's just how the fuck I'm feeling.
So yeah, you see, the thing about it is that sometimes you would hear like artists or rappers that will kind of come in and kind of beat around the bush, right? And that's crazy. I kind of said this at the beginning, like this is going to be dead on the nose about like what's going on. Now I feel like we've seen lyrics like this in other Suicide Boys songs, but I feel like this has probably been the most direct, right? And I haven't gone through their entire catalog. I know they got albums on top of albums, songs on top of songs, but so far in my journey, this has definitely been the most direct, especially with this lyric right here.
The fucking freedom when my brains about pain, that's just how the fuck I'm feeling. Feeling worthless, this got thing really worth the point. Searching for a purpose, meet me at my service. Meet me at my service.
I still don't know what, if they are Christians, you know what I mean? Because I think this is maybe like the 3rd song where they've kind of hinted at things, right? Kind of turned into a higher power. That last lyric sounded like a struggle with faith, right? When he said, is this God thing really working? Faith is definitely, for those of you who are believers and everything, you already know this, but it don't even have to be a religion thing. Faith is applicable in a whole lot of places, right? It's just you basically, to describe it, I mean, you guys already know what it means, but just having a certainty that it's all going to work out without having any refutable kind of evidence that it's going to. I think all of us kind of practice this daily, especially when we're late on bills or whatnot, or late on rent something, and you find that you're not really worried about it that much. More than likely is because it's always worked out, right? And eventually, if it always keeps working out and everything, then that's going to build, you're going to have some strong faith in it, right? You're going to stop worrying about it. So he is not there, right? He said he's wondering if it's not working because from his experience, he's continuing to keep going through the same thing. So service, funeral service.
Meet me at my service.
Oh, is that it?
Never knew people could be so evil. I don't leave here, Break yourself, hit the floor. I've gone outside for years. I have a job over the phone. I help people with the computers. Order anything I want on the internet. Got TV. That's not a bad life. It's not at all.
you ever wonder those people who kind of go out there and that little thing they say on Twitter where they say, oh, they say it everywhere, where they say like go outside and touch grass and everything. There's something in there. People find solace in things that are within their control, right? And they start telling them things. I don't need to do this. I don't need to do this. I kind of got this. Those are all kind of like coping mechanisms, right? I think in some cases, it's really, really good to be social, especially when it comes to like mental issues and everything, whether you find it online. But that was interesting what he said there. He was like, I got TV. I don't need to go outside. I work here and everything. Everything's fine and everything. I think it's coping. It's like one of them things where you know that you're lying to yourself and everything. And some of us might be that much of an extreme introvert to where we just don't go out for whatever reason. And like, not really judging or anything. But for those who lie to themselves, right, knowing that they want to go out, but they're like, no, I don't need to. And that can be a dangerous place. Now, after he said that, of course, as usual, during the entities, I always try to think about the purpose of the AMV. And here's what I got so far, okay, given everything that we got. So the whole entire thing, I always like to take things from the very, very basics, like the basics. So let's start from the basics. They're obviously in a room, right? There's been a whole lot of work that's went into this. Like, look at this craftsmanship. This must have taken years to do, possibly. I mean, even the ceiling, the whole entire thing, right? So let's try to compare that to like real world events. Let's say that this was your room, right? And your TV or maybe your bathroom or everything. Just you put yourself in a situation where, you put yourself in a situation where everything around you is crafted to perfection, right? Everything is just so beautiful to look at. Look at that over there. I spent a lot of time putting that poster up on that wall. You know what I mean? I did a lot of stuff. It's very, very amazing to look at. But the thing about it is that art and beauty is obviously subjective. You know what I mean? So what may look good to me doesn't necessarily look good to you. So if I was to walk in, I couldn't see that illusion that you put yourself in. But to you, it looks like an absolute masterpiece, right? And I'm taking a look at this. Now, this isn't a room that I would stay in willingly, right? I do think it looks beautiful, but it's a little bit creepy to me. But to other people, this might look absolutely amazing and they would want to stay in there and probably never leave because look at everything that you can look at, right? So just compare that to just being shut down. Maybe this is your head, where everything's kind of makes sense. You don't want to leave everything so shiny, glittery. You put a whole lot of work into it and you just don't want to leave. You know what I mean? You're stuck in this. And then to add, we also kind of got these, the facial expressions and everything as well. So again, I might be reaching when it comes to these AMVs, but it's just so interesting what they choose, right? It's always got a purpose. All right, y'all. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed your content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.